Shubha Sanjay. So happy evening to all of you. Happy to see you, all of you here being part of this 225th meeting of SICASA Speakers Forum. It's really a big day and great pleasure to have you all. I want to start this meeting with a Sanskrit shloka. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण मही महिषः गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु. May there be well-being to the people. May the kings rule the earth along the right path. May the cattle and the preceptors of culture and wisdom have well-being forever. May all the beings in the world become happy. Peace, peace, and peace be everywhere. Antah asti prarambha. Every end is a new beginning. I, SICASA Vishnu Kayar, the Sergeant at Arms from this sacred grounds of SICASA Speakers Forum, welcome you all to the 225th meet, that is prelude of G7 inception. I wish all the upcoming committee members the very best for their endeavors and may to make SICASA Speakers Forum reach even more greater heights. Once again, I welcome you all to this temple of public speaking. This stage is the sanctum sanctorum, and those who occupy this stage are gods of public speaking. As we are gathered here to celebrate the prelude of G7 inception, I am here to give out the guidelines for the very last time. I am just giving the guidance as an SA. So turn your mobiles to silent mode. Don't interrupt while the speaker is speaking on the stage. Appreciation can be in the form of claps. Please refrain from shouting or whistling. Please refrain from touching upon sensitive topics like religion, caste, creed, sex, politics, etc. And do not hurt the sentiment of others. And last but not the least, please don't use any swear words and maintain that professional decorum throughout the meeting. History is created not by this stage, but by the people who occupy this stage. Powerful speakers make stages powerful. If you want to make a change, then you have to accept this challenge. So today we have really got amazing veteran speakers. I wish them the very best. Just rock it. Last but not the least, I thank SSF and SICASA for giving this one amazing opportunity of serving here. I wish my president Sahana the very best. I'm honored to serve in your tenure, learned a lot from you and your decisions. Thank you so much. Now it's time to invite the Supreme Commander. She dances like a peacock, but loves the color of crow. She is a dancer by profession passion and to be a CA by profession. She loves traveling and believes in Yad Bhavam Tad Bhavati. As you think, so you become. I now give the floor to Her Excellency, the Honorable President of SICASA Speakers Forum, Sahana Lokesh. Join your hands together to welcome Sahana Lokesh.
Thank you so much, Vishnu, for such wonderful introduction. I think this is the last introduction I will ever get to hear. So yes, G7 Inception, we are in today. When we kept this theme as G7 Inception, people asked, Inception? Yeah, we know it's the beginning. But what is G7? Before stating the meaning of G7, I think first I would like to state a story. Once, what happened was, there was an organization where a manager had 40 employees working under him. They were all good as individuals, they had strength, intelligence, and they were hardworking as well. But main thing that lacked was the teamwork. They didn't have the exact teamwork that the manager was wanted to have. So the manager thought and he decided to take all these employees to an outing. They planned and everyone did appear for the outing. And then he created a game wherein he said, all the employees has to write their names on a balloon, blow it, and write their names without bursting it. So as the manager said, everyone did so. And later, he sent every employee out of the room for some time, and after a few minutes, he called them back. Getting inside the room, employees witnessed so many balloons out there. Some had names and some didn't. So the manager said, now it's time that we search the balloon which have your names. And they'll be given 15 minutes to search it. So everyone were there on toes and they started searching. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but no one couldn't find the names written on the balloon, their names. So later manager said, now it's the third round, wherein I want you people to find a balloon which has a name, no matter whether it's yours or another person. But after you get that balloon, take that and give it to the person which has the real name on that. So in few minutes, everyone had the balloon where their names were written. So the manager said, this is how the teamwork works. And this is how sharing and team building is all about. And this is how I want you people to work on. So coming to the theme, G7 Inception. The beginning of group of 7, that is the committee of 7, the president, vice president, SA, treasurer, public relations officer, secretary, and deputy secretary makes the group of 7. That is our SICASA Speakers Forum. I think I need a huge round of applause for everyone. For every person, every student who took the responsibility to take each designation. And that's how we came up with the theme G7 Inception, the beginning of a new group of 7, which is going to happen in just few minutes. This is my last presidential address. And besides motivating you all, besides inspiring you all, that's what we presidents do in every meet. So I thought it's time to actually give thanks to all the people who supported us in every stage that we are coming so far. First, thanks would be to that one person who actually made me to come and take this position. When my former president, Surabhi Dattatri, asked me to be the president for next tenure, I said, no, Surabhi, I'll not be able to do it. But this one person said to me, see, Sana, you have worked as a team. You know how to work in a team. You do everything your president is saying. But now, you have to learn to lead the team. You should also learn the team management, is what he said. And that's none other than my dad. He's right here. I don't know. So much for such good words that you said that really made an impact today. If those words weren't uttered by you at that moment of time, I think I wouldn't have been in this position right now. I am proud of what I am today. So that all credit goes to you, Papa. Thank you so much. Secondly, my team. Oh my God, 25 weeks, 25 weeks, 6 months, and loads of hard work. Without the support of my team, we wouldn't have achieved this. So a big round of applause for my team. There's this one person, I think audience might get tired of applauding every time I say the people name. But yes, this one person who was there with us during our tenure, the former chairperson of SICASA, that is Kavita Parmesh ma'am. She's not here, but she was the one who supported us and guided us throughout the tenure, even Surabhi's and my tenure. So I thank her from the bottom of my heart. We are having an official manual released today, and the idea behind that was also Kavita ma'am. So I thank her from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, ma'am. all the MC members, no matter whether the positions have changed, but seeing you people, we worked on ourselves how to build a team, seeing the faculties, we inculcated how to speak. I think you were the great motivators and role models, I would say. Without these faculties coming every meet and saying about our improvements and saying our good things and as well as say giving critical evaluations on how we have to improve, we all seeing a good pace in our graph. So a big round of applause for all the faculties, MC members. So finally, I'll never forget the audience out there. So without you guys, then for whom we should have conducted all these meets, right? So pat your back just because you're here at our 225th meet of SICASA Speakers Forum, which is going to be a mega event. And I would make sure this event will happen in a successful way. So please pat your back instead of applauding. Yes. So I would like to quote one statement said by Gandhi towards the end. He said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." So I think this is the platform each CA student has to concentrate on, has to come and has to improve in terms of communication where we are lacking behind. So this is the platform that we have to place ourselves. So stating this, I would like to end my last presidential address as the president of 201st to 225th meet of SICASA Speakers Forum, and we shall officially begin the meet of 225th of SICASA Speakers Forum, Bengaluru. Now, without further ado, it's time to call the minutes reader of the previous meet to state out the glimpse of what had happened in the previous meet of SICASA Speakers Forum. And for that, we have the secretary, present secretary of SSF, Sai Vinay. A big round of applause for him.
Very good evening to all the lovely people present here. What a crowd. It's just like every time Sana gives, like it's mesmerizes everyone sitting around there. Like I know you could feel that. Yes, let's have a glimpse of previous meet. Minutes of 224.1 meet held on 12th March 2023. Sergeant at Arms Sai Vishnu, President Address Sahana Lokesh, minutes readings Sri Krishna Sri Sudan, Master of Ceremony Sanisha Khan, prepared speech P1 Someshwar, P4 Sumitra Rajpurohit, butterfly session Harshita, timer Sivakankar, Grammarian Sahana Lokesh, listener Chaunikya, filler words counter Aditya, current affairs Supriya, general evaluator Vishal A, closing remarks Sahana Lokesh. Commencement of meeting. Schedule time 8 a.m. Actual opening time 8:06. Sergeant at Arms Sai Vishnu welcomed all the members and he explained the guidelines and code of conduct of the meeting. He also stated the theme, quote, and word of the day. Presidential address. The President Sahana Lokesh delivered the presidential address in an enthralling manner. She spoke on the theme, which sovereign. She explained about how women should always support other women and get rid of the old age narrative of women are women's worst enemies. She asked all the women to be the change they wish to see in the world. Master of Ceremony. Sahinsha Khan carried forward the meeting in a recent manner. Prepared speech. Sumitra Rajpurohit gave her P4 speech. She described how skills and quality make a person attractive by quoting examples of Lord Krishna. Someshwar gave his P1 speech. He told about his hobbies, childhood, and his journey as a CA student. Butterfly session. Harshita K ran the butterfly session in a humorous and engaging way, giving everyone a chance to participate. Current affairs. Supriya oversaw the current affairs part of the session. She briefly discussed the most recent news. General evaluation. The general evaluator of the meeting was Mr. Vishal A. He gave constructive evaluation of each speaker and entire meeting, outlining the areas that we can improve at. Winners of the meeting. Best prepared speaker, Sumitra Rajkumar was rated as the best prepared speaker. Best individual evaluator, Sai Vishnu was rated as the best individual evaluator. Best role player, Sahinsha Khan was rated as the best role player. Best listener, Siva Shankar was rated as the best listener of the day. Best butterfly speaker, Chirant was rated as the best butterfly speaker of the day. Closing remarks by President. The President, Sara Lokesh, expressed her gratitude to general evaluator and the participants for attending the meet and making it successful. The meeting adjourned at 10:20 a.m. There were 30 attendees for 24.1 meet. Thank you, everyone.
So before calling the master of ceremonies, the captain of today's meet, so I would like to welcome all of you to this meet, especially the chairman of SICASA, that is CA Tupat sir, and Manjunath sir. So a big round of applause because they made Thank you so much, sir. So yes, now it's time to call the captain of today's meet. She is ever smiling and her smile is just contagious. She was the past vice president of SICASA Speakers Forum. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome the MC Divya Someshwar. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Sahana. It's a great honor to be part of this commemoration that we right now have going. So, hello everybody. My name is Divya Someshwar, and it is an absolute honor to be the MC for today. I officially welcome all our esteemed and podium dignitaries that we have today. The chairman of SICASA, CA Tupat sir, our beloved Secretary, CA Manjunath sir, also our beloved chief guest, CA Siddhesh Gadi sir, and our ever supportive and installation officer for today, DTM Raulal sir. And today, the general evaluation session that we have, I really cordially welcome Toastmaster Sonal Shailendra ma'am. Last but not the least, and just as importantly, all the amazing CA aspirants present here. Meet number 225. We have so far had 225 meets that have happened over the course of time. The end of the journey means the start of another one. Kyunki picture abhi baaki hai mere dosto. So right now, moving forward, we're going to have an amazing flute section. Music always brings people together, and I call upon an amazing personality. He's always known for playing the flute, and apart from that, he's also been part of the committee members previously. I welcome Mr. Bhaskar Marathi. And while he does, we also will be having the lamp lighting session. I welcome the dignitaries to please come on to the dais. Yeah. We'll have the lamp lighting section and hope we'll be playing with you. Let's come together as a community and light the lamp to celebrate our shared journey towards greater knowledge, understanding, and compassion to become greater speakers. you so much, dignitaries, and thank you so much for that lovely session, Pastor. I request all the dignitaries to please be seated on the dais. I also welcome the current president, Sahana Lokesh, as well as the vice president, Ayush Triputi, come onto the board. We have with us C.S. Sideshwari. He is currently the chief guest of this lovely commemoration that we have today. He has been an associate member of ICAI, also the chairman and the Direct Tax Committee of Karnataka State CA Association. And DTM Ramlal sir, he's been part of our committee for a long time and always been the other supportive person that he is. We also have with us CA Dupat sir, who has been the co-founder as well as the partner at RSP and Company. And apart from that, he's also the upcoming president of Rotary Club. He is also an avid current affairs reader and also has a keen interest in the development politics. We have with us CA Manjunath Halimsir, who is the secretary, and thank you so much for your esteemed presence amongst us. I request now we're going to be having a welcome address session by the SICASA chairman, CA Dupat sir. I welcome him onto the dais.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, my fellow committee member, Mr. Manjunath Kallu, my good friends, all of you sitting over here, I personally feel that you are my friends and just the students here. Thank also the chief guest of this occasion, C.S. Sidesh, who is also my good friend. He also happens to be from my part of the land. That's great, and I thank Sahana for making him as the chief guest of this occasion. So I should appreciate this chief guest today. He has been organizing KC events for last 2 days and is present amidst of us. Thank you, Sudesh, again. I also welcome DTM Mr. Ramlal sir. Thank you, sir. You have been a master for these students. You have been training them all the way. You have been doing them, you have been also upskilling them for the relevant needs for the profession. You have been creating them as leaders. Yeah. If I'm right, that CA is a multifaceted personality. I think so. He is a problem solver than just a solver filing the accounts, doing the accounts for the personal for his clients and all. But he is the problem solver. I feel that. And in case given a chance, he also solves the personal problems of his clients as well. Okay. And once again, I would say that thank you all. One last thing I would say, it is good to say that we create a personality out of a student. The environment that has been given by the ICAI is really lovely. In person, I feel very proud to be a chartered accountant here. All the problems that I had in my life, throughout my life as a student. I could not even pass my exams in my school days. Then all of a sudden, in no time, I became a chartered accountant. This all happened because of the institute curriculum, and it gives us the what it says, the social status that it gives us. As I used to go for articleship, I have taken the articleship very, very serious. Started somewhere in the morning, 9 o'clock, and it used to end at 11:30. In these all the 365 days I used to work, not even Sundays I had. So I have taken my articleship very serious, very, very seriously. I could clear my CA in just 4.5 years. Yes, I had failed in few attempts. I also failed to get my rank all over India by 20 marks. That was the thing. Once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, President. Mr. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tupat sir. I now call upon CM Manjunath Halu with us to share a few words.
Thank you, SICASA students for. It was during the CA Chandrasekhar Shetty, KSCA President's tenure, one particular forum like this for chartered accountants was started as eloquent professionals, the guidance of Ramlal sir, and then first chairperson of that particular forum, CA Siddesh Gadi. And it is fantastic, similar to this, and when it was thought that okay, it is eloquent professionals is for chartered accountants, how do we go about students? Then B.T. Shetty sir, when he was president of, chairman of Bangalore branch, I think he started SICASA Students Forum. I always say chartered accountants are the best in the world, but for communication skills, both written and spoken. So this SSF will definitely make you guys fill that filler or whatever you call, right? So, and I always tell my the chartered accountant friends and even students also that this SSF and eloquent professionals, now it is, we guys are calling you guys, okay, please come, please do attend, you will get to speak and then learn to speak and all those things. One fine day it will come that we have to give recommendation from our office that, okay, please enroll this particular student or chartered accountant for this SSF for eloquent professionals. That's beautiful request. And the results are already there. Many students who have got trained under these leaders have got awards here, SICASA level, national level, and then definitely they would bring more laurels to this particular forum. I wish all the best for this SSF forum and then the upcoming. And Sahana always is inspiring for you all. And she might be thinking, she was telling, okay, this is my last term, this is my last term, something like that. Once she qualifies, she will be coming to eloquent professionals. Welcome to eloquent professionals. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, Manjunath sir, for that. I now also call upon our esteemed chief guest, C.S. Siddesh Gadi sir, to come and share with us a few thoughts.
My mentor in public speaking, Ramlal sir. His was from the Bangalore branch of SICASA of India. Happens to be one of the biggest branch. We have Tupat sir as well as Manjunath sir, also happens to be my mentor in profession. We have office bearers from SSF on the stage, off the stage. My friends among the audience, a very warm good evening to all the students here. It's indeed my pleasure to be chief guest of this August gathering. There's something called as G20, Great 20 Nations. India is one among them. Though the title is 20, 19 countries come together for economic cooperation. It's a proud moment today that we are in Bangalore and India happens to be occupying this presidency of G20. They conducted a meeting in the recent past, hosted in Namma, Bangalore. Despite that, it didn't have privilege of attending G20. Similarly, there is something called as G7, not this G7. Great 7 countries, US, UK, Japan, whatnot. India is definitely not part of it, so cannot dream of getting an invitation for that. But today, we are all part of this G7 meeting. Attending meetings like this will ensure that leaders worthy of G20, if not G7, are created. Three instances, 3 messages for 3 different institutions. Firstly, being this Bangalore branch of ICR. My message is, first one, should express gratitude, should congratulate Institute for supporting this cause of being a good communicator, cause of being a master communicator on the stage, off the stage. It is important. 225 is a big number. If I simply divide this by 52, it would be 4.x. 4 years it has stood the test of times. It proves the relevance of this particular forum. So, of this initiative, we come so far with the support of a lot of mentors, office bearers, whatnot. The only request I would place before this institute is keep supporting. I'm sure Tupak sir has graced this occasion, has pledged support to SICASA Speakers Forum. I'm pretty sure even Divya madam supports the same cause. I'm pretty sure every committee member, including Manjunath sir, will support this. And I take this liberty because I come from the very same region as you all. I take this liberty to urge the Bangalore branch to provide the best possible facility. If it is being conducted in this premises, I would require this hall alone. And if this hall is not available, I would require members' forms to be made available to the students. So, line system, everything is there, cameras should be there in place. Every time this study comes to the street, every time this study comes to the street, I want video evidence to be put up on YouTube channel. Because I still remember, if you Google my name, I don't know whether you come across IT case laws, I don't know whether you come across some articles from Tax Guru or Tax Sutra, but you definitely come across videos posted 3 years back, 4 years back, which was being recorded. So that is also one request. Thirdly, I think breakfast is being provided. I have a special request. Breakfast only from. Madam is not there. Otherwise, breakfast only from. Should also be seen in SICASA Speakers Forum meetings. If not for public speaking, at least for breakfast. And of course, we should all be thankful to the fact that this is being done free of cost. We have experts from Toastmasters wherein they are charging close to about 7,000, 8,000 rupees every 6 months. We should all be thankful to the institute on a serious note. The second message is to the students, the audience. Every Sunday when we wake up, we have this opportunity to rise above the excuses and make it to this forum. It is important. It has changed my life for better. I always narrate my instances of coming to orientation, first day of orientation in this very same premises, 2nd floor. I was barely able to stand on the stage even for 15 seconds. That was 9 years ago, 2013, I suppose. And today, a person who was not able to stand on the stage even for 15 seconds, today that person is earning bread and butter only from public speaking. When it comes to public speaking, I still come here as a student of public speaking, but I would like to appreciate this fact that the person who was not able to stand 15 seconds, this forum has ensured that he is on the stage, he is able to stand on the stage at least for 15 seconds. I'm grateful. So this opportunity is also available to the students. Tupal sir did mention about KCA event which was there yesterday. A very important starting fact there is for the first time, I was there on the stage facing a crowd of 500. I was just seated there, I didn't speak, I was just seated. No big thing, but I'm pretty sure there are at least 5 students in this forum. SICASA Speakers Forum, to name a few, Sahana is there, Divya is there, we have Aditya, Vinod. They have spoken in recently concluded annual SICASA students event, which was well attended by 1,200 students, if I'm not wrong. They have spoken there. A person who had to clock 30 years of existence to be able to face 500 students, they have done it in, I think, less than 25 years, or maybe they are not even a chartered accountants, but still they have that amount of exposure. That is the power of this particular forum, friends. B.T. Shetty sir had started this particular forum back when I was a student. The third message is to the G7, who is going to be installed by my mentor Ramlal sir. This term has to be like never before. Be it sergeant at arms or be it president, the way it has to be done is you should leave a mark. There was a sergeant at arms among G7 who conducted a meeting, who opened a meeting like this, like never before. That is the amount of radical change which I would like to see in this forum. And any support that you would want from me, I'm more than happy. 26 meetings are going to be conducted by the next president. And I do undertake to attend 10% of the meetings. That would be 2.6. Big meetings I would be more than happy to attend. Thank you once again for this invite. I wish you all the best. This forum has given me a lot, and all I can say is thank you. With this, let me hand over the stage back to the MC, please.
You see what I'm talking about? It's truly an honor to be amongst all the esteemed dignitaries today. Thank you so much for sharing us these thoughts. Now, I call upon DGM Ramlal sir. He is the installation officer for today. Today, we all know that we're going to be having G7, the group of 7 who's going to come and take over the next 25 meets moving forward. I welcome our mentor, DGM Ramlal sir.
I think it's difficult for me to read because I've not brought my specs. So I suggest that the MC read the name. Okay. You do the reading. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely fantastic to be here to see youngsters, outwitting themselves, doing exceedingly well in the field of speaking. And I've seen all of you in a raw stage, but today you are really flying high. Right? Make use of this, and the institute is giving all kinds of facilities. Absolutely, free of cost. We as Toastmasters have to pay 6,000 to 7,000 every 6 months to continue speaking, to be a member. Right? Here you're getting everything free of cost, including the breakfast, like Mr. Chief Guest said. Absolutely brilliant forum where you can really flourish as individuals and as high-flying human beings, right? So I request Divya Someshwar to read whatever text is given to me on my behalf.
So I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we move on,
before we install the new committee, I request all the old committee of officers to please rise, please. Rise wherever you're seated. All the old committee of officers. So these, ladies and gentlemen, these committee of officers have done a splendid job in the last 25 meets. They have taken us from greater heights to much greater heights, right? They've done exceedingly well. They've conducted meetings in a fluent manner, absolutely brilliant, totally committed to the cause. So I think we need to give them a round of applause, right? Doing your job so well, we will remember you and will record it for posterity. Right? I absolve you of all your responsibilities from now. Right? Absolve you of all your responsibilities as SICASA speakers, forum, representatives, or committee officers. Right? Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rama, sir. So while we do that, I request the dignitaries to please go take your seats.
So, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. On installation ceremony of the new committee of G7. Yeah. Anybody has reading classes? Ladies and gentlemen, she's representing me. I request the concerned member to come forward, right? Whoever he is addressing. Good. What do you do? So I'm going to shake hands with the concerned official who is being invited to the stage. Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Rama. Yes, I also request CA Mohan sir to please come on board. So I remember Mohan sir to be part of my online orientation course, and trust me, he actually did give us the speeches so fantastically. So I really call upon CA Mohan sir. I request the Surgeon at Arms, Mr. Someshwar, to come forth for the oath taking ceremony. Please raise your right hand forward. As an SAA, my role is to arrange.
My role
Is to arrange.
is to arrange
The meeting room,
the meeting room,
maintain discipline,
maintain discipline,
to encourage the participants during the meeting.
to encourage the participants during the meeting.
You are the one to start the meeting.
I am the one to start the meeting.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will perform my duties to the best of my abilities and maximum of my abilities.
request the badge team to please come onto the board and present the badge for Mr. Someshwar. Congratulations, Mr. Someshwar. Thank you. Please be there on stage.
Yeah.
I
Until all
know-
the officers are introduced and installed, please be on stage.
Yes. I now request the treasurer, Mr. Shiva, to come forward to the oath table. Please raise your right hand forward. Thank you. As the treasurer,
As the treasurer,
my responsibility is to maintain
my responsibility is to maintain
the records of the forum,
the records of the forum,
to assist the public relation officer
to assist the public relation officer
in order to promote the forum.
in order to promote the forum.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Shiva. I now request the bell.
Thank you, Shiva.
Is the pink badge officer.
Congratulations, Mr. Shiva. Thank you, Mohan sir and Abdul sir. I request the secretary, Mr. Krishna, to come forward to the oath table. Please raise your right hand forward. As the secretary,
As the secretary,
I need to take notes
I need to take notes
and document the minutes of the meeting,
and document the minutes of the meeting,
manage all the documents of the forum,
manage all the documents of the forum,
and assist the vice president in arranging the meetings
and assist the vice president to arrange the meeting
of the forum with respect to inviting general evaluator,
of the forum to
arranging the session and others.
arranging a session and the others.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Sai Vishnu. Congratulations, Mr. Krishna. Thank you. I request the Deputy Secretary, Mr. Harshit, to come forth for the oath taking. Please raise your right hand forward. As the Deputy Secretary,
As the deputy secretary,
my responsibility is to assist
my responsibility is to assist
the Secretary in the works of the forum,
the secretary in the works of the forum.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will perform the works to the best of my ability.
Just say, yes, I will. Don't add anything more.
I request the Public Relations Officer, Ms. Nidhi, to come forward to the oath table. As a Public Relations Officer, my responsibility is to create the posters, video,
My responsibility is to create the posters, videos,
messages in all social media platforms.
messages in all social media platforms.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
I request the Vice President, Ms. Swati Maitri, to come forward for the oath taking. Please raise your hand. As a Vice President, I am the CFO of the forum. My responsibility is to attract the participants, arrange meetings, refer general evaluators, initiate enthralling sessions, which benefits the participants of the forum.
Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I certainly will do that. I request the President, Ms. Sumitra Rajpurohit, to come forward for the oath. As President, I am the CEO of the forum. I am the leader of your team. I motivate, educate, and help the team as well as the participants of the forum. I oversee the activities performed by my team members. I am the energy booster of the forum. I will ensure participants get mentored for their speech and other activities of the forum. Will you work with your executive team and participants of the forum and help every participant with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
Yes, I will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in honor of my being the presiding officer, I declare these officers as installed from this very moment on. Shall we give them a round of applause? Can I request all the SSF members to stand up, please? All SSF members? Yeah. You're going to take a pledge to support these officers, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, will you support your committee in the next 25 minutes with all your heart and soul? And make the next term a rewarding one to all of us to benefit, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. You may be seated, and I hand charge to the presiding officer who's going to take from now on. That is Sumitra Rajpurohit, right? Thank you. Thank you. You may occupy. Please occupy. Thank you, sir. What's up? What's up?
I request everyone to settle down, please. Good evening, one and all present here. It is beautifully said, surround yourself with the people who have dreams, desires, and ambitions. They will help you push forward and realize your own. It was the fourth day of orientation when we were informed that there is Speakers Forum every Sunday morning 8 to 10 a.m. So I decided to attend this meet. Meet number hashtag 192. There I see Sana Lokesh as SA. And as soon as she started speaking, I realized that sacrificing the Sunday morning sleep was the best decision I made. You might think that 1 minute essay script, how did that create an impact? We usually might think that it's just 1 minute read, doesn't matter. Or just one word of kindness. Or just one smile or one small gesture. But we all know that it does matter. It counts. It did count when Surbhi said, yes, you can be the treasurer for the upcoming tenure, when I approached her to be the member of the next tenure. It did matter. It did count when Aditya Kolhapure and Surbhi Dattari always agreed humbly to accept my request to review my speeches in last minute. It did count when Sahana Lokesh showed that one small faith for that one moment when I told her that I want to take up this MC role, but I'm so nervous because I'm taking it for the first time. And she said, hey Sumitra, I know you can do it. And you will do it. It's okay. All the best. And it did count when one of the committee members, when I approached her to tell my ideas, she gave that 1 minute to listen to me, to understand that what I was saying and why I was saying. When I approached her to pitch my idea, it did count. That 1 minute did matter. In the same way, every meet that we conduct on every Sunday, every role that is taken up, and every project that is given, and every student that comes to SSF matters. And we will make sure that all those things which matters, we will achieve, and we will make sure the things that are which matters. And I know that you all will be there. That it will be Divya ma'am, Kavita ma'am, Tupat sir, Ramlal sir, General Valued, Mohan sir, Siddesh sir, Manjunath sir, Pramod sir, and all other members. And I also know that all the seniors will be there. And I know that I can count on you and you will be there to have my back. Also, when I was approached by the seniors and Sahana Lokesh to take up the responsibility of the president, and I was confused that will I be able to do it? And I remember the audit subject, which says, evaluate the board, evaluate yourself, and look at the resources you have to complete the same task. So I started evaluating myself. Will I be able to do this? And the answer was, I don't know because I haven't done it before. But then I remembered this quote that says, take the decisions and make them right. If you haven't done something before, that doesn't mean that you cannot do it. So next I went to the second question, that do I have the resources? And the answer was yes. The hard work, the discipline, the enthusiasm, and the wonderful team I have. And I realized that yes, I'm all set to take this responsibility. It is said that showing gratitude is the best way and the most powerful thing a man can do. So let me start my journey as a president in SICASA Speakers Forum by showing my gratitude. I am thankful for the Subramanian Chittur sir, Ramlal sir, Siddesh sir, and all those general evaluators who had a role in building this wonderful forum. This platform, we all are glad for this platform. It actually creates wonders. We are thankful for it. I also thank all those general evaluators, Ramlal sir, Mohan sir, Siddesh sir, Manjunath sir, Ravindra sir, and all other seniors members, including all other seniors members. Because I know that the hard work you put whenever any president or any committee member faces an issue, you always are there to support them and guide them. We are thankful for you. And also I'm thankful for the team, the amazing team that consists of Sahana Lokesh, myself, Lavish, Arvush, Vinay, Vishnu, Divya, the amazing 7 people. The journey wouldn't have been the way it is if you all wouldn't have been the way you were. We had an amazing roller coaster ride from having fun to learning new things and facing those last moment challenges and overcoming them. We had a wonderful 6 months and I would cherish it all my life. Also, coming to this, that we understand that being a president, I will be responsible for all the work that I do and that the work which are done by my team members. I'm responsible for my growth and growth of the team members and the SICASA Speakers Forum, and also all the students who come here. The SICASA Speakers Forum is a platform that creates magic. An ordinary speaker becomes an excellent speaker. And all the students who come here with the hope that they will learn a new thing in every week, we will make sure that their hope, we fulfill it. We make sure that the 2 hours they spend here adds a value to their life. And we make sure that they have the proper chance and opportunity to use this platform in an amazing manner to the great extent and have a great height in their own career by coming here every Sunday, by giving every project and by taking every role. And I would like to end this speech by telling thank you to all the seniors again and especially President Sahana Lokesh. Thank you so much for all the opportunities you gave to me, for all the guidance, and thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mudra. The up-and-coming president has delivered a speech. Thank you so much for that, and I wish you and your team great success and always stay together as a group 7. You will always work with teams. Make sure that you deliver the best. Thank you. I now request the forthcoming vice president. She will be addressing us with the message that she has to share with all of us. So let's give it up. A very good evening, everyone. I'm starting my grade and for coming briefing I just want the team to address in depth and to just enlighten you all as to why it's really important to hold on to this platform even after you leave the room tonight. Committee for us to hone our public speaking skills and to just become better speakers and better orators at the end of the day. And I realized that a huge chunk of the senior students would have missed out on this college life, and this is a great way to make up for it. And even if you all have a college life, this is still a great platform for you to just get out of your comfort zone, for you to transcend those boundaries and to groom yourselves to become better public speakers. So, and the purpose of attending the forum just doesn't end with polishing your public speaking skills. It also has a lot more to that. The most important of it all being the ability to create network that you get here. I mean, right from the ones who clear their foundations till the ones who clear their final exams, all of them are going to be coming here. And needless to say, very much experienced and very knowledgeable evaluators are going to be coming here. So it's literally like you're being exposed to this entire spectrum of safe fraternity, where, and it wouldn't be wrong if I said that it's a vital source of information and opportunities and just growth in general. So I urge you all, on behalf of the entire new community, I sincerely urge you all to make use of this platform as much as you can. So yeah, thank you so much. Now, there will be a cake cutting ceremony, and I request all the dignitaries to please come on board again. And while we do that, the current president, who is now going to be the ex-president, Sahana Lokesh has prepared a manual for the SSF community that we have. So I please call upon the dignitaries to come onto the dais, and Siddhesh sir, Manjunath sir, Tupat sir, Mohan sir, and Ramlal sir, please come onto the dais. So this manual is something that the current committee has planned for. So simultaneously while we do this, we'll also have the cake cutting ceremony.
Manual being handed over by the past president to the current president. Created by the past president, Sahana Lokesh. Chief guest, P.A. Siddhesh Gaddi and SICASA chairman. Fabulous. Give her a round of applause for that. Manual on how to run the meetings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dignitaries. Thank you so much, Sahana, Sumitra.
Thank you.
We now have the cake cutting ceremony, so please still be with the dais. I also request the former committee members to please come on to the dais.
All past committee members, please come.
The current committee team also please come on to the board.
Committee can do that. You will coming here. Come on. Official night.
Guys, one free camera.
Camera.
This side. This.
Divya is not.
This side.
Smiling queen is missing in all the photographs.
Actually, the audience is already when you get in the case, but we're going to have to discuss the category in a minute time.
Now you need later, but we want the smiling queen. Just get
I don't
yeah, submit
Yeah,
yeah, both the president would be.
all the vice presidents.
That's it.
Definitely yummy cake. I know all of you in the audience will be wondering when you'll be getting the cake. So for a brief time we're going to discuss the canopy. And before that, I'd like to have the former committee members as a token of gratitude to the dignitaries as well as the current committee members. No, now I'm. I request Celia Durvalsar to please come up to the dais. The mementos of the current the former committee members. So I request the former committee members to please come on to the dais. Tahana Lokesh. Ayush Shakotia. Sai Vishnu. Vidya SJ. Lavish Singhvi. Sai Vinay. And the current president, Sumitra. Raj Purohit, please come on to that.
All will come together.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
I'm excited to be with you. Okay.
Sarana comes. You also.
Thank you so much for all the dignitaries, as well as congratulations. It's a celebration of both the former committee as well as the upcoming committee. So, all of you can now disperse to the canopy. I know all of you are waiting for the cake as well as there is some snacks arranged for all of you. So, if you all disperse.
Be seated. Be seated.
All right. Now, 15 more minutes is what we have to wait before we get to snacks. But while we do that, let's also move on to the second section of this meeting, which is into prepared speakers. We have excellent speakers on the dais for the something that you're going to look forward to after the break. So while we do that, we have a usual section of the meeting goes on, like we have general evaluation session as well as individual evaluator and prepared speakers. So right now, I will introduce a postmaster. Her name is Sonal Shailendra. So she has been part of the telecom directory. She has actually been a officer of the directory before. So she most commonly is that she's actually been a toastmaster. So I know that Toastmaster is something that most of you should also become aware of. It's a wonderful club where we have prepared speakers as well as evaluation being given to your speech. So I welcome on board Sonal Shailendra now.
You it, Shailendra.
Good evening, everybody. As the chairman evaluator, I will be evaluating the entire meeting. Actually, my job is already begun. So I will evaluate the meeting right from the time we started to the very end of the meeting. And this is a Herculean task, like we all know, and I can't do it all by myself. And therefore, to assist me in my role today, we have something called as the tag team. Could the time of please identify themselves and explain their role to us? Thank you. I call upon Shanmuka to please come on the stage.
Good evening. So I'll be serving as timer for this session. As a timer, I'll keep track of the entire meeting. I will keep gentle reminders when we approach end of each agenda. So I'll be giving few gentle reminders through these placards. So for prepared speeches, the time limit would be 5 minutes of minimum and a max of 7 minutes. And for butterfly speeches, it would be a minimum of 1 minute and a max of 2 minutes. For general evaluators, so for individual evaluators, the time would be 2 to 3 minutes. For prepared speakers and butterfly speakers, you would have a rest time of 30 seconds. I'll show you placards for every 1 minute, and then for prepared speakers, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and 7 minutes. For butterfly speakers, I'll be showing you cards at 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and 2 minutes. And I'll be giving my report at the end of the time.
I call upon Parjana Acharya to please come onto the dais. Fill a word.
Hi everyone, I'm Parjana Acharya. I will be taking up the role of a filler author. There are no very specific guidelines as such. All I have to say is try and refrain from using filler words as much as possible. That's all from mine. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
To give your work a little easier, I'll give you a shortcut. So you can take note of the acronym CRPF, crutch words, repetitive words, filler words, and pauses to make your work and their work easier. A little smoother on the over this. And as the preparing today, we have a picture by with these families being a road class.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Apeksha Pai, and I'm the grammarian for today. Today, we all got to witness the previous committee members passing over their duties to the new committee members. So, G7 Inception is the app theme for the day. The quote for the day is the end of a journey means the start of another one. The color for the day, which is white, is the symbol for new beginnings, is the color for the day. And of course, Bhaskar's flute section had a brilliant prelude for this meet. Friends, prelude is the word for the day. So every SSF meet is unique in terms of its diverse communication style, different role players, and also the theme, word, and code for the day. So as a grammarian, I'll be taking a note of all those speakers who use the code, word, or theme for the day in their speeches. I'll also be taking note of all the grammatical errors and pronunciation errors in your speeches. And my favorite part, I'll be also looking for rhetorics and figurative speeches in your speeches. So I look forward to listening to you all and will be presenting my report at the end of this meeting. Over to you.
In my role and introducing our tag team, I hand back over to the MC of the day, Divya Mishra.
Thank you so much, Sona Shailendra ma'am. Now we will be dispersing through the canopy in a bit, and while we're doing this, when we're coming back here, what we look forward to is witnessing amazing speakers. We have we have 5 speakers who are going to be presenting their prepared speech. So yes, they're all giving their P10, which is their final speech that we have all planned. They've already completed 9 of their other speeches. This is the last one that's left. So I request all of you to be a part of that gathering. And while we do that, you all can disperse to the canopy. for light snacks and then come back after, let's say, 15 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi, everybody. Okay, hi, nice coffee, chai, cake, samosas, bonda. Yeah. All of you have that, right?
yes, we did.
Okay, so come back. Now to the meeting. So whoever the newcomers, sir, I think you're going to find this format to be very different. But also, please keep attending. And so it's actually very great to see some newcomers who are attending the very first speech when it's a new company installation happening. So now that we have the most popular Sonal Shailendra, she's going to be evaluating the conduct of the meeting moving forward. We have amazing speakers lined up today. So to wonder what they're going to be talking about, what is going to be their last speech of the full, prepared speech session that we have, is something that you all definitely have to wait for. So the first speaker for today, he is one very, very jovial. He has a lot of energy when he comes. Apart from that, he also has 5 gold medals. So he's been always the ever enthusiastic, also carries himself with a smile on his face. He's ever confident, and I'd like to definitely welcome him, Aditya Mando. Individual evaluator for that is Vishal A. I hope Vishal on the stage. All the prepared speakers today, we have 5. It's going to be the same guidelines applicable to all the prepared speakers because it's C10. So as Vishal said, the same thing carries forward to all the other individual evaluators. Thank you so much. I call upon Vishal.
The guidelines for P10 is quite simple. You see the title, it says, inspire your audience. That's it. That's all you have to do. It's so simple, right? But once you try giving project 10, then you'll understand what it means. The way I see it is, you have completed P9. You completed 9 projects. You completed 9 grahas. So once grahas are completed, all you have to do is become the sun and ensure all those 9 navagrahas now rotate around you. I hope and I wish that all P10 speakers become the star they deserve to be today. All the best.
Thank you so much, Vishal. Now, all the best. Aditya, I think I've been nervous, but please, ace the speech. Come on.
Aditya, come on.
Aditya!
You can do it.
Okay, let's try this one activity before I start.
Hello. Yes.
So very simple activity which I did at the national conference as well. I think some of you might remember. So whenever I say hello, I want everyone to shout out hi, and whenever I say hi, louder, okay? Hello! Hello? Amazing, super, you know what to do. I want to stay connected to the audience.
Like that visual.
Sure. Okay. A wise man once said that first you take up CA as your career, but then it ends up that CA is taking your case. So now that you people know about CA students, you would also know that we are taught to learn the art of asking why. Why does this happen? Why does that happen? Why are leaves green? Why is the sky blue? No matter how much you do, why does balance sheet never tally? However, as my questions were ready for my life, I wasn't ready for their answers. I was in that phase of life where it is equivalent and fully proportional to pain and injustice. As if even after eating 3 plates of pani puri, you get only 1 sukha puri. And even that falls from your hand. That's saturation point of misery. You know, when you're in depression and you don't know that you're in depression, you feel like, let's have a walk, things will get all right. That best friend who is caught up with his own life, I'll be okay from a TikTok from him. I'll be fine after a Goa trip. And in the name of Goa, I went to Lonavala. Because my mother wasn't convinced. So I had left for the tiger point to look for my realization point. But there, the place was so quiet that I could actually hear the 10,000 voices in my head going numb. Until right then there was a person from behind. Hey, don't lean on the railing. One slip of the leg, you'll go straight up. What do you mean? You will die, you fool. Now, out of all the gravity and physics-based questions I could have asked, I asked, why to not die? Isn't that the most peaceful place one can be in? Why not? When in life, in relationships, you're getting only BT instead of understanding and loyalty, then why to not die? The passion for which you left your profession, right in that when you have self-doubt and existential crisis, then why to not die? The love that broke your faith, for which you gave all that you had when they come and tell you, we can't continue this anymore, then why to not die? I was thinking all of this until there was a voice again, and even I screamed, Bana auntie, I'm leaving. But then I realized it wasn't auntie. Instead, a 5-year-old young girl came running towards me and gave me a flower. I too took the flower and kneeled down to squish her cheek, but then she ran away. So I kept staring at her for a while, and then I saw that she kept picking flowers and gave it to everyone out there. And everyone who was receiving the flower treated it in a different way. One auntie took the flower and pinned it to her head. One teenager just passed it on to his girlfriend standing beside it. One uncle denied it, one auntie threw it away, and the others were just stepping on it. But do you know? That girl did not care about it at all. She kept giving a new flower to a new stranger with the same joy and happiness. But then, that girl had silently thought to me that you have so much to give. And when you do give, people might just take your flower and not give you back. They might just step on your flower, they might take your flower and pin it to their hearts or just throw it away. The outcome of their actions are never a part of your story. As long as you have a new beautiful flower to offer, nothing in this world can make you suffer. Ever thought this Kasoti Zindagi Ki, Saat Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi, Anupama, Tarak Mehta, in all these serials, a problem is never solved quietly. Every episode comes with a new problem. And then there is this one episode where everything is fine. Everyone's happy and all problems solved. And then you realize that it was the last episode. And then I understood that, and it's important to have problems. If problems end with dhum tanana, dhum tanana, what will you show in the next episode? How will the story continue? Well, guess what? With all these thoughts running around my mind, I finally received my vibe. The vibe to live. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes. So there are mornings where I just don't want to wake up. I don't want to open my eyes. I don't want to face this cruel world. But then, with a few extra snoozes and a deep breath, we'll deal with it. I find a reason to try, and that is my why. For a boy like me who loves staying within his walls undisturbed, when I finally managed to reach the top of the summit, wait for hours to enjoy the million shades of sunset, when I freeze my body entirely just so that I don't disturb that perfectly peacefully sitting butterfly on my shoulder, there is something in the beauty of nature that makes me want to fly. And that is my why. When the world doesn't seem safe anymore, when the world seems unfair, when reality is just dark, when negativity seems to win and positivity is just weakening, I struggle with my spirituality. Yet, there is something that joins my hands in hope and makes me look up the sky. That is why. Friends, we all will die someday in future. We all will live someday with happiness. That was never in our hands. But today, now, let's live this moment. And let's live this moment such that even if death arrives tomorrow, we'll remember this very moment and die with freedom. So here is my why to not die. What's yours?
I think you would all agree that Aditya was in such a flow with his speech that he completely forgot. But yes, beautiful, beautiful speech. Thank you so much for that, Aditya. So this is just not the end. We still have 4 more speakers. And with the energy that he's done, it's going to be the same energy being carried forward through the next 4 speeches. So the next prepared speaker, as I told you, is P10. So the same guidelines will apply. And Vinod Raj, CA Vinod Raj, he is the individual evaluator for that. I request for Vinod. Yes, thank you. So that's Vinod Raj, and we're going to be having the next speaker, who is basically the person who always watches the movie the first day, first show. Wow, everybody already knew his name. So yes, it is none other than Monish. You already know. Monish, come on. All the best.
Thank you, Divya, for trying to do introduction, but thank you guys for spoiling the introduction. Man make the mistakes, and mistake make the man. By virtue of human being, we all make mistakes, and I did many mistakes. Have you ever made any mistakes in your life? If yes, say I. Okay. So now count all these mistakes and multiply it with number of days I took to study my CA inter. And that many mistakes I did in my life. You know, you all know Thomas Edison, right? Yeah. He failed 10,000 times and he succeeded later on. And finally, he got his light bulb moment. I made so many mistakes, more than 10,000. Still, I haven't figured out my light bulb moment. If I was Mark Zuckerberg, and if I have a social media platform, that would be called as mistake book. If mm is not a short form of millimeter, that would be called as Mounish mistakes. So I know you guys are enjoying. So let me share two mistakes which I have done in my life. Rewinding to 2016, where I am preparing for IAS exam, which I used to thought, but it was actually a 10th class exam. So I'm preparing my 10th class examination. It was a pre-final exam in my school. So I'm studying, I took a book and I'm studying maths. So how you do maths? A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square equal to 2ab. A plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square equal to 2ab. Then I heard a noise from outside. Enough studying, come outside. So I thought, okay, my mother is finally letting me not to study. But that was a male voice. So I went out and I saw, who is that? My friend came. He called me, enough study, come down, I want to speak with you. He gave me a white paper, which is spoiled with black ink. Then I realized that this paper is a question paper, which I'm going to receive tomorrow, the next day. So they revealed that we stole the question paper, which they are going to give tomorrow. So he came to me. Everyone, keep your hands on your heart. Okay? Honestly speaking, if I tell, you won't get caught. And if I give you CA exam question paper, would you take it? Yes. No. I can hear more yes. Whoever is telling no, they are splendid person. They are marvelous person. I'm not in that no person. I'm in that yes person. So I took the question paper and I answered and I gave my exam. The thing is going fine. Then we got caught. I got caught. My friends got caught. Watchman of my school got caught. And a Pani Puri wala who keeps behind my school. Because we gave Pani Puri to the watchman to get the question paper. So then I realized after revealing the mistake, then I realized something. Anyone guess what is that? Bad mistakes. Do mistakes. Carefully do mistakes. That's what I realized. Next time, if I'm going to steal a question paper, next time if I'm going to do a mistake, do it in such a way that I'm not going to get caught. Fast forwarding to 2018-19, where I started my CA journey. And from here, my second mistake has started. Definitely not joining CA my mistake. I'm just telling you. Because if I have not joined CA, I would not have met you guys. You know what? This is called mistake. This is called mistake. I hope everyone's stomach got full. Now let me continue with my speech. After 2 years, 2020, I came to Bangalore. I joined articleship. And everyone knows what happened in March. Corona has come. And a strange study which I have recently heard. Most number of terminations by an article are happened in May and June of 2020. How many of you have believed? One. Most number of terminations happened in May and June 2020. One? Only one? Thanks for believing me. That's I just created that. Thanks Aditya for believing me. Later I joined SICASA. Later I joined SICASA Speakers Forum, which was a mistake. By mistake I have joined and I became the PRO. And that was a mistake. Everyone knows why that was a mistake. Even Aditya Kollapure is the evident person why that was a mistake. To correct my mistake, I built a confidence and I joined once again the PRO role. So that I can do my 100%, I can give it. I did. So 8 months passed in the PRO role and I finally felt happy. Okay, all my mistakes are done from here. I'm not going to do any mistakes. Then I met Kavita ma'am. That is a mistake. The reason why meeting Kavita ma'am is a mistake, she made me to become the secretary of SICASA. I'm very happy that today she is not there when I I hope no one tells to her. It's going live. Ma'am, that was not true. So 2 months passed as a secretary, 3 months passed as secretary, 4 months, 5 months, almost 8 months have passed as secretary. I struggled a lot in these times. And I was so much time in phone that my mother mistakenly thinking that I have a girlfriend. She mistakenly thinking that her son has so much courage of having a girlfriend. So, that is full a mistake of being as part of SICASA. But 1 month back, my friend Nagaraj called me morning, in the early morning. He told me, bro, good news. Asked, are you dying? He said, no. We won the second best branch in all over India. I was thinking, if I'm not part of SICASA, then they would have won first prize. I shared the same thing to my mother, to my grandmother, to my friends. My mother was so proud. My grandmother told the entire street that I have won the second prize. And my friends, like a surprise, they started praising me. I'm in dilemma. Is it true? But I realized one day that it is true.
That is a mistake.
We all have done many mistakes that we are hung up on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Let me tell you why I told all these stories, all these mistakes which I have done in my life. These mistakes made me a man stand here and share my mistakes. These mistakes made Surabhi and Sahana to give me slot whenever I want, so that I can. So finally, my dear beautiful woman and not so beautiful men. My dear beautiful man and not so beautiful woman. Take off yourself from the world of perfection and land in the world where we perfect by making the mistakes. So, man make the mistakes and mistake makes the man. Thank you.
Police, and pretty much, I think that's the energy that I love seeing in the forum. That was definitely like kudos, and I don't know, you actually seem like a movie star or something, right? Thank you so much. So yes, moving forward with this, with the same energy, we're going to have this impromptu prize distribution ceremony that we're going to be having. But before that, we have a very special token of celebration. And that is definitely happening right now because the former committee members, they would love to appreciate the amazing and fantastic job that Sahana has done. So this is of course a surprise to her. So her team members have actually thought of giving her a cute token of gratitude as well as for the teamwork that they've done. So please, I call upon Sahana to come over. We've already seen that that's pretty much surprised by this. But this is something that a lot of people have put in the effort and a lot of love. Give this to you. Definitely waiting for the what it is. Something that I wanted to do for from a long
Take a photo.
Yeah.
Bangladesh, that is not a mistake, huh?
Go, sir.
Thank you so much. This is great team effort, and I definitely expect the upcoming committee members to do the same. Teamwork is everything. So always stay together. I just want to say a few words about this. It contains the committee members' photo. Like everyone are here, even the committee group which is there. I think it would be a best memory for me. Thank you so much, all the committee members, for planning this. Thanks a lot. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Now, as I mentioned, this is about impromptu speech competition that happened in the 206th meet. The meeting was themed as Walk with Prudence. So, okay, just imagine that suddenly somebody just asks you, your crush is just coming up, and suddenly they just ask to talk to them about it. So let's say, okay, I'm going to say Monish.
Mistake.
Don't connect them. Just walk up to you, and then they tell you that they just want to talk to you. So how would you react?
Mistake. This is the mistake she is doing.
Alright. So yes, basically, to explain this, forthcoming is about impromptu speech contest. So that's exactly what happens in a butterfly speech. Suddenly you just put on the spot, just like how Manish is. So like that, we had a competition where 15 people were being a part of this meeting, and there are 3 winners to this. Thank you, Manish. Okay, so the winner is Ramnath sir. I request you as well as Mohan sir to please come onto the dais and give the winner the token of gratitude. So the winner of the impromptu speech contest was Ritu. Unfortunately, she's not here at the moment, but I request Savana to please come onto the stage, collect the prize, and give it to her. On behalf of Ritu, who won the speech contest.
More number of times.
Thank you. We have a runner-up, Aditya Mandot. Give a big round.
Aditya.
And the third prize winner is Lavish Singhal. Thank you so much, Lavish. Thank you, Ramnath sir and Mohan sir. Thank you. All right, back to the prepared speech session. So the next speaker, he's already reached great heights, let me tell you that. He's 6 feet tall, And apart from that, he's always a person who's very natural. Apart from that, his name actually means love plus Asian. So, yes, who that is. Give it up for Raj Singh, please. That she was our Jian. And he's much older.
That is a quote which says that the deeper you fall, the higher you rise. Good evening, my dear friends. Do you know what is the most amazing moment of your life? And you should have feel blessed and happy about it. The most amazing moment of your life, and you all should feel blessed and happy about it, is that you all have your parents in you. Because in this world, millions of people live, but not every person might have their parents in their life. Few people might be having their father, but not their mother. Few people might be having their mother, but not their father. Few people might neither be having their father nor their mother or both. Let me tell you a story of a person. A story of a person who comes from a middle class family. Very simple, very kind person. When he was in his school days, his mother was suffering from cancer. She was admitted in the hospital for 3 months. His father can hardly bear the medical expenditures. The boy used to deeply cry inside and curse himself. The boy used to skip his one-time meals a day, sometimes occasionally, just to save his life of a mother and just to save some money and give it to his father. But with God's grace, the boy's mom's life was being saved. But the God didn't grace that child for a longer period of time. Just after few years, the boy's father passed away. And the boy was completely broken down and depressed. The boy cried and cried and cried the entire night. The tears were just rolling down his cheeks. Who says this? Who says that men don't cry? Once they start crying, they are unstoppable. And the boy cried and cried and cried, and he realized that day that any person, he or she feels secure when they are with their parents. And when they don't have their parents, they feel that they are lost somewhere in an eternal void. But when his father passed away, he was pursuing his education in a college. He thought of quitting his college because now he can't depend upon his father anymore for the finances. The boy was again struggling in this period that shall I quit my education completely or shall I continue my education by working somewhere? The boy was in a dilemma. Should I continue my education or should I quit it? Later, the boy searched for inspiration for many people. He saw the videos of Jay Shetty, Gaur Gopal Das, and Sandeep Maheshwari. But the boy didn't find inspiration anywhere. But the boy found the inspiration in one 4 years old kid. Can you assume that the 4 years old kid can inspire a boy so much? He got inspired from the boy, from that 4 years old kid so much that his heart was completely filled with inspiration, motivation, and determination. He learned 4 main lessons from that 4 years old kid. The first lesson the boy learned was that even the kid falls so many times, then it still stands. Why can't I? The second lesson the boy learned from the kid was that the kid cries, but the next moment it starts smiling. Why can't I? The third moment the boy learned from that kid was that wherever the kid goes, people usually they tell that come here, come here, come here, and the kid spreads happiness. The boy thought, why can't I? Let me also go mingle with people, spread happiness to the people. And the fourth and the important most thing the boy learned from the kid was that once the kid is born, just after a few months, it learns how to crawl. Once it knows how to crawl, it learns how to walk. Once it knows how to walk, it knows how to run. Once it knows how to run, it knows how to jump. And the boy thought, why can't I? The boy thought, why can't I? The boy was struggling in his teenagers between his father's debt, in finances, his relatives also left him. He thought of quitting his education. At the same time, he thought of that, let me continue my education somewhere with part-time works in various shops. There are few photos of the boy. Let me show you. From the first kid, you can realize that the hands of the kid is open. It states that always open up your hands and dream high. In the second pic, you can think that the boy is fighting with the lion. It states that no matter how big your problem is and no matter how small you are, always have a courage to face them. And the third thing, you can see the boy is very funny, the kid. The boy learned from the kid is that never be too much serious in your life. Always be funny, make people smile and happy. And the boy was in a dilemma whether to continue my education with a part-time work or quit. Let me show you the picture of the boy. The boy who sacrificed his one-time meal to save his life of his mother. The boy who lost his parents. And the boy who continued his education during the BCom days with working in part-time in different jobs such as business, even in the event management and such. The photo of the boy is this. Between I struggled during my teenagers between these days. When I was in my college period, I see people of my friends enjoying parties, going with trips. At the same time, I was on the other side, broken and down. I just needed one line of inspiration to grow up. And my dad taught me one line that if you search for inspiration in other people, you might success or you might fail. But if you search for inspiration within yourself, you will always succeed. And I believe that the true inspiration always comes within yourself. That's how Lavish created his inspiration in his lavishingly life. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that amazing speech, Lavish. I definitely believe that because you find wisdom within your own self. I think that is definitely something that even I would resonate with. Thank you so much. So, the next speaker that we're going to be having is one person who's already, Mr. SICASA. Apart from that, he always very fondly likes to be a person who always sports. He's one person who is empathetic things that he does to other people. So he's also been the VP as well as the PRO of the previous committee. So all of you give it up for who's the next speaker? Any guesses?
Come on, Aditya.
Timer. The advertisement that we all love.
When you pay your credit card bills on credit, you earn credit cards. Use that to claim cashback and rewards. I know this sounds ridiculous. It's like saying Rahul Dravid has language.
Rahul Dravid. The reason why all love this sport. And Rahul Dravid is the reason why I love cricket. He has been most respected cricketer of India. He has the records which are unprecedented. He was known as the gentleman of cricket. The reason being he has so many records that are unlisted. We cannot list, but let me tell one of them. When he was the person who is known as having a century against each and every team that existed in the world. He was having the better performance in the overseas matches than his competitors. He was known as the person who took the most catches, that is 210 catches, and it is still a record by a non-wicket keeping player. And a very, very important, he never got out at 0. He's a man who I believe has the real aggression. Wait, you might tell how Rahul Dravid can be angry. But it's not me who alone tells it. Shoaib Akhtar, the fastest bowler that the world has ever produced, who used to bowl at the speed of 161 km per hour, who used to scare all the batsmen. But do you know what he said? He said Rahul Dravid was the only batsman that he was scared of bowling. Rahul Dravid then was asked, why are you not as aggressive as Virat Kohli? He had a very graceful answer to the journalist.
Personality, that's what gets the best out of Virat. People are asking me, why did you play that? That's what got the best out of me. I must be authentic to myself if I had tried to do tackles and behave like Virat. Be authentic to who you.
He said, if he would have had tattoos, I could have been Virat. But that wasn't, he couldn't have been authentic to himself. We all are inspired by Rahul Dravid. We all love him. But do you know by whom he was inspired? The great people are known as great because they have greatest inspiration. Praveen Tambe, a man from Mumbai who played in Maidans for 20 years in his life, got an opportunity to play international cricket at the age of 41 years. When he came to the practice nets, the youngsters mocked him. Are yaar, ye kaun uncle aa gaya nets mein? But he was the first person to come on the nets and was the last person to leave the nets. In spite of getting selected under Rajasthan Royals, he couldn't get one match to play for a period of 1 year. Praveen Tambe was awarded as the best player of the tournament and the leg spinner. But when he was awarded as the man of the match, Rahul Dravid narrates that when Praveen came into the dressing room, he broke down. He broke down.
And for me, that is passion. I mean, you hear about great stories and great people, but to play 20 years without no recognition, just keep playing in gully cricket, in Maidan cricket, you still have the desire and the hunger to keep doing it again and again. To have the attitude to come into an environment that gives you the opportunity to learn and grow and improve, and to grab it with both hands as a 41-year-old was, I think, a great lesson of passion to so many of the young players who are 18, 19, 20, 21 and athletes, looking out.
We all are from the CA profession. Imagine if we would have not cleared for a period of 20 years. अरे यार एक साल पास नहीं हो गए छोड़ दो सी. This is what we have an attitude. Rahul Dravid had the biggest ambitions. His goal was always clear. When he was the coach of under-19 cricket team, he made a very weird policy. The policy was, regardless of your age, if you have played World Cup once, that's it. Your job is done, move on. You are not getting another opportunity to play. I mean, that is the clarity of goal that he had. He never wanted the team to be winning, but wanted to make the players who can win the match for India. When he was coach of under-19 cricket, he had the best of his time in the career. But he left it and went on to take up the coaching of National Cricket Academy. You might understand he went down in the paying scale, but went up with the responsibility scale. That is what Rahul Dravid is. He keeps his aggression, he keeps his goal in front of his eyes. I mean, that is called as aggression. No matter how many bouncers come to your face, but you should be a warrior to face each and every bouncers. He was rightfully called as the ball. The ballers used to be scared to ball him so that they could not take wickets. But Now, he, as an Indian cricket team coach, he is giving that strength that of a ball. At the end, I would like to say only one thing. Records तो टूटते रहेंगी, मगर ये बॉल हमारे दिल में घर बना चुका है. अब वो ये करने लगा है.
Look at that energy. The individuality of this speech was heard of. Also, very fondly, people in the attire that he's already wearing, Aditya. I'm sure all of you would have seen it. He very fondly likes people to call him Mr. Handsome. So he very much likes it when people call him Mr. Handsome. Give him a great speech, big round of applause. And yes, Bhargav is the individual evaluator for Aditya's speech. Thank you, Bhargav. So who's going to be the next speaker and guesses?
Dodama.
Very formally, she is known as Dodama. That word when you call her Dodama. When you call her Siri, she does. She's a person who really loves to read a lot of books. Apart from that, she's always a person who has a lot of energy and you always have a great conversation with her. So let's call her on board. Siri Shetty, P10. And he wants to have for next speech is Adarsh.
Yes.
Yeah, not visible.
Also visible.
Also visible. Who are you? He asked. I'm next, she said. Timer, please remind.
MM.
And Mauni's mistake? No, this will be Dodama's mistakes.
Yes.
DM.
DM. So today I'm having hosting the event because clearly awkward silence is something I'm not comfortable with. Relax. I'm pretty sure it'll just take a bit of time. Let's run to the last slide. You want to know everyone my PPT before I finish?
That was again even.
This is Maunish's mistake now. Okay, timer we spent. Who are you? He asked. I'm next, she said. Where do you come from? He questioned. Rock bottom, she answered. And what is it that you can do? He probed. Whatever it takes. You see, unlike most speeches where the moral of the lesson, the moral of the story is said at the very end, I'm going to do something that'll contradict this notion completely and tell you at the very beginning. Changing the world can happen anywhere, at any time, and most importantly, anyone can do it. If you humor this old Dorama of yours for just a moment, well, I'm not going to tell you one mere story. I'm going to tell you, well, three, let's say anecdotes, narratives, whatever you may call it, but one, a habit that you can invite, an experience that you can draw from, and a tale from one of my favorite authors, all parallel to each other, but each having an equal bearing to the message that I will share today. One, if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. You see, if you make your bed every morning, you would have accomplished the first task of the day. And that gives you a very small sense of pride, and it gives you encouragement to do another task and then another task, and then another. By the end of the day, the one task completed would now have culminated into many tasks completed. Making your bed also reinforces the fact that the little things in life matter. And if you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. The pursuit of happiness is a lifelong journey. And you might not be able to see it right now, but the smallest of acts can then and create the biggest ripple. And if by any chance you have had a miserable, pathetic day, you're already coming home to a bed that's been made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow can always be better. 2. In the United States, before Navy officers are required to pass the SEAL training, they have to undergo a series of swim. One of them is the night swim. Before the commencement, the instructors joyfully tell their students the variety of sharks that inhabit the waters. They assure their students that no individual has ever been eaten. But that's at least as far as they can remember. What they then go on to explain is that if any of their students see a shark circling their position, that they should stand their ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if this shark somehow sees you as that midnight snack and darts towards you, they're asked to summon every ounce of their strength and punch the shark in its snout, only to watch it turn and swim away. You see, in life and this world, you will come across sharks of different types. In order to complete that swim, you have to learn to deal with them. The greatest achievements in history have always been born from adversity. When we face hardships, it is those moments that make us raise our standards above the limitations that we set, amongst the mental fortitude where we thought something wasn't impossible. And in doing so, every single time you tend to develop the resilience, strength, and the determination to face any obstacle that life throws at you. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. The third is one of my favorite stories called The Last Leaf. Not because anybody ate all the other leaves, but it revolves in a village that's been plagued by the pneumonia epidemic. The protagonist, Lucy, is also fallen victim to the disease. And she has it in her head that just as this old ivory creeper outside her window is shedding leaves as the season changes from autumn to winter, she would die as soon as the last leaf falls. But through the storm, wind, rain, and hail, it seemingly feels as though every leaf but one never touched the ground. This tends to renew a sense of faith in her, and she begins to fight for her life. Eventually, she heals and learns that her neighbor, an old man and artist by the name Alfred, was the one who painted the last leaf. The dichotomy of the ending in this story is one that is an absolute banger to read, so do go ahead. But what O. Henry wanted to convey was the power of hope. When we navigate these uncertain waters during these most unprecedented times, we can feel just as easy as lost, completely despondent and disillusioned. But one person can change the world by giving people hope. One person, a Washington, a Mandela, a young girl from Pakistan, or even a Gandhi. So if you want to change the world, start each day with a task. Find someone who will help you through life. Respect everyone And remember that life is never fair and you will fail often. But as long as you take the risks, you step up when the times are toughest, you face down your bullies and lift up the downtrodden, and you do these things sincerely with your heart, it's not just the next generation, but the generations to come that will live in a world far better than the one we live today. You want to change the world? Don't read stories of inspiration. Ultimately, learn to become one. Thank you.
Wow, another speech, wasn't it? Another energy-filled speech. I really want all of you to walk back home with the same energy that you all are feeling. And this is what you have to feel coming along with them. The first time that you make your bed, that's the start. So, okay, all right, quick plans. We're going to be having the current affairs session right now.
Is it done?
Usually on our forum, we do have this one session which we announce the winners for in prominent session, which is the butterfly session. That we're going to be doing it the next Sunday. But for now, we're going to be having current affairs session. And I call upon where have you shut doors for the for the exclusive headline of the week in just 200 seconds. And your only source to the SICASA venue to live updates. Stay tuned till the very end. As you know, our show is booming, because we bring to you the direct exclusive headlines from our very own panel full of field enthusiasts, experts, and professionals. The biggest breaking news of the week. Biggest that Natu Natu song from the film it's being done. Who does of markets and industries other than a chartered accountant? Let's listen from CA Vinod Raj.
Yeah. It means so market industry news. Recently, Silicon Valley Bank has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the US bankruptcy code. Then if you come to the, oh sorry, I think I'm audible now. Because I can use mine. Then if you come to the Facebook, its parent company of Meta has filed their 10,000 employees in its second round of employee cut. And if you come to the India, Reliance Limited has acquired a 5-decade-old Camp Cola from Pure Drinks Group for 22 crores. Then if you come internationally, the Credit Suisse Bank
is planning to saying that it's going to borrow around 50 million Swiss francs from Swiss national banks. Because of that, Swiss share has already crossed 30% to the new record low. Okay.
Market seems to be at a meltdown, but let's also find out about our environment. Some climate enthusiast slash environmentalist, CA Amit Chappell, against into the environmental news, two repeating radar features alarm scientists. Africa could be split into two parts due to the formation of a new ocean resistant future. According to latest studies, marine plastic pollution could rise 2.6-fold by 2040. So I think it's all time to ditch plastic and use alternatives.
What is in that?
Global cancer. Speaking of global cancer, let us also brush our knowledge on geopolitics. From none other than Swati. India invited Defense Minister to the meeting of Shanghai Cooperation Organization on Wednesday. North Korea fired two short-range ballistic missiles into the sea off its east coast on Tuesday, and rupee closer to replacing dollar as 18 nations agreed to trade in INR. And lastly, India overrides objections of Pakistan to conduct the G20 summits in Jammu and Kashmir. On North Korea firing a missile, sports is always on fire. Let us hear from sports enthusiast Shahin Shah.
India qualifies for the grand finale of the World Test Championship of 2020 after New Zealand defeats Sri Lanka. Bangalore Football Club beats Mumbai Football Club on a penalty and entered finale and played against the ETS Mohan Bagan yesterday. And unfortunately, just like how IPL goes, it doesn't matter if we have not won the final, but next question come now. And last but not the least, International Men's Tennis Tournament will be held at Lucknow since today till 26 March 2030.
And to those who keep an eye on horoscope, there has been observed a mutual message for all the zodiacs this week that your stars are aligning and you're shining bright. The end of one journey is the beginning of another one. With this, we have a special segment of the show, your only service to the SICASA Bengaluru live update. We had our team all over and we have got the report.
With the charming personality, Sri Tupat sir has taken over the chairmanship of SICASA Bengaluru.
Tahana's DNA report is full of great dedication and perfection. Not just the girls, but also boys have been found admiring CS dish.
And it is officially being announced right on the behalf of all the SICASA speakers audience that Monish is our doorman of SICASA Speakers Forum.
And it seems like audience is hungry now. So with this, yours and our 200 seconds come to an end. This suspension from the Little Show signing off. That was quite a That was thank you so much for that region and all of you great work with that. First time ever on this work in this so I think you all will be something to Richard show. All right. So moving forward for the next session, which is the general evaluation session. So I call upon our Toastmaster, Sonal Shailendra ma'am, to please come on the dais and please let us know your thoughts about how we prepare.
How we prepare.
Thank you, yeah, for calling me out to say it. And I will keep this really quick and very. Okay, I will keep the general evaluation as brief as I possibly can. So first we'll go to the individual evaluations and then we'll come to the general evaluations. So our first speaker was Aditya, and to evaluate his speech we had Vishal. Vishal.
If I had to evaluate Aditya's speech, I don't want to focus on basics. You all know that he's perfect in that. I don't want to say that he was confident. I don't want to say that the eye contact was maintained. I don't want to say that he has changed my official stance. That he can only present speakers standing at one place. I don't want to say that. All of you know that. I don't want to say that he was humorous. I don't want to say that he was vague with words like anything. I do not want to say. He started the quote and he ended with a question. Those basics, basic of basic etiquettes, yet the most effective ones. I do not want to say. Right. Here's another thing that I did not know. And I blame this on present committee, not the incoming, but the outgoing. When I was asked to evaluate Aditya's speech and run, I did not know that I was being asked to hold a candle to the sun. I've been given 2 to 3 minutes, so I'll just wrap it up very quickly because I didn't want to say enough. This is the first time ever that I've been so enthusiastic about evaluation. It's not that I'm not enthusiastic about other time. It's just that for the first time I felt something so deep that I wanted to evaluate. I wanted to evaluate even if nobody asked. Even if nobody would have told, I would have gone with him and have told him what I covered. Here's a small line and I will end with this. But I was trying to come up because I've been given a sheet and I have to fill it up. So the question was, what did you like about the speech and what could the speaker have done differently to make the speech more effective? My answer is thus. The speech was as near to perfection as possible. His message that do not run, try again, do not run. Do not run, try again, do not run. Do not run, try again, do not run. Resonates nowhere more than amongst CA students and CA fraternity. This is the last line that I wrote about him and I took a lot of efforts because clearly he is someone who deserves that. Again, I said, I blame it on the outgoing committee that when I was asked to give an evaluation of speech and run, I was being asked to hold a candle to the sun. Diligently dedicated drishti, dawning, deeming, used, tested, demystified dhatus meaning all of us. And he developed a danta for all the elements of the
I will not say this was a scale comprehensive evaluation. I will not say that. But for the speaker, I thought you speak to, you have a very confident speaker. You're an eloquent speaker. I just don't understand why you didn't use the same and chose to speak from the floor because there was no really audience interaction. So I don't know what purpose that served. If I had to give you just 2 suggestions to make your speech a little more effective, the first one would be I thought you could have used a prop like a flower because there was a flower, so you could have actually used a small rose or something. And the second one you said, oh, I took a deep breath. Show us that I took a deep breath. Like, so it would have made it far more impactful and entertaining. Otherwise, a great speech. I wish you all the best.
Now that Sonal ma'am as well as Aditya had that in his speech about roles, today we have with us a member of the Bangalore branch of ICAI, Raju sir. I would really like to acknowledge his presence and I would request. Please. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raju sir. Over to you, sir.
Our second speaker was Navneesh, and to evaluate his speech, we have Vinod Raj.
Don't make mistake now.
What a speech. Brilliant speech, Monish. I think you already won the hearts of the audience. You don't need this checklist to, prove that you have completed your P10. You proved it already. So I don't give you this checklist as of now. Even though there was a huge expectation from the audience, there was a huge pressure from the audience, it didn't show his nervousness. As of now, I'm nervous, a bit nervous actually, because if I made some mistakes with respect to Moni's speech, I know what audience will feel now. Interest is ultimate. So actually, I'm feeling pressured now. That's the level of speech he has delivered today. If you observe, he started with very high note, with full of confidence. He says that man makes mistakes, and mistakes makes. See, everyone remembers that. That is the quality of speech he has delivered. See, his body. He comes to his body, the way he connected with the audience, marvelous. He says that if I not joined CA, I wouldn't have met you guys. Even though he said in a funny way, but the way he said, everybody started connecting with it. He said, I know you guys are enjoying. See the level of confidence. That is all about Peter. And he proved it. So, then in his entire speech, if you observe that, everybody was enjoying. Everybody was laughing. Connected with it. But he conveyed very beautiful, a very thought-provoking, a very wonderful message, undoubtedly inspiring that everyone here, and proved it. Making mistakes is not a mistake. It's very, very thought-provoking, message. Nobody can give this kind of message with 5 to 6 minutes, making everybody laughing about his speech. They're enjoying. It's a very serious thing. Even I'm getting serious now. The way he delivered, brilliant. So, and he also gives more examples, saying his mistakes, and it shows that what he is today. So, making mistake, it is not a mistake. That is the lesson I learned today. I know that he has exceeded his time limit. That is the only area he has to work out. Because ultimately, everything comes with a cost. So, if you want to be a very good speaker, you should give your importance to the time limit allotted to you. I think he has taken 9 minutes, if I'm not wrong. So that is where he has to work out. But today, since he has won the hearts of the audience, he don't need best hour. He's already won it.
About
17 minutes.
Okay, let's keep it on that. And Maulish, for you, I like the fact that you generated your speech generated Numa. It was highly entertaining. You have a huge fan following, as we all know. The activities and the questions that you gave us kept the audience engaged. Well done on that. And I would, on a personal note, suggest to encourage you to become a stand-up comic. You'll do brilliantly for yourself. Okay, and with that, on that note, our third speaker for today was. Can we have a huge round of applause for that individual speaker? The third speaker was lavish and evaluation. We have Srivatsa GM.
Deeper you fall, higher you get. My dear speaker, love plus ish, lavish. You created the bar on the stage. Please repeat it. The anecdote you mentioned had seamlessly transited. I was literally getting goosebumps over that, and still more bit higher. If you would have gone, everyone would have shed their tears today. You did it very well. You had triads of 3 which mentioned inspiration, motivation, and determination, which all of us could resonate very well because you set an example of yourself on the stage. When you portrayed the pictures, we could think it was some other person, but that anecdote, when you correlated with your own life story by portraying your picture at the last, it was bang on, which I like the way wherein. The points of improvement, if I would like to mention over here, the voice modulation, which was required to the greater extent for this particular speech, was missing. For example, You mentioned broken down and depressed. It could have been broken down and depressed. You also mentioned, who said that men don't cry? It could have been, who said that men don't cry? Why can't I? If these kind of voice modulation or a touch of these kind of voice modulation would have been there, it could have taken your speech to a greater level. And the pace of your speech was fast. It could have been controlled or slowed down because you are giving an anecdote. For us to digest, we need some time. If you are fast, we could miss out. Why I'm telling? Because you mentioned 4 pointers. I could get only one. Other 3, I'm unaware of because your pace was fast. Next, I could see you could have mentioned if your pauses was not proper. Proper pauses was required. When you mention one particular stance, give a pause and then continue. It will have a greater impact on your speech. Giving all these points of improvement with a great anecdote by sharing your inspiring story to all of us, I would like to pose a challenge for you in next speech which you are going to give. Include voice modulation and do a storytelling which has a humor content in it. By this, I rest my evaluation over to General Back.
Thank you, Srivatsa. You can't hear me? Thank you, Srivatsa and Lavish. Thank you for sharing with us such a personal and sensitive personal story. This is by far the most credible speech that I've ever heard in my life. It really touched home because I too lost a parent and it's not easy. Thank you for having the courage and exposing your vulnerable side. It takes a lot to do that. Kudos to you. I wish you the best. Can we have a huge round of applause? Our next speaker was so our next speaker was Aditya, and to evaluate his speech, we have Bhargav.
Good evening, guys. So coming to my friend, my vice president of my tenure, there's nothing to say. Whenever he comes on the stage, he will put stage on fire. And that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of level of the preparation, it shows how enthusiastic he is about public speaking. When coming to your speech, he took the personality, and when he started Rahul Dravid with all that fight and all that, I was shocked because Rahul Dravid was like known for his calmness. So that created a lot of interest in the audience. What is the new thing is going on? And suddenly he shifted to what you can learn from Dravid and the new personality, the cricketer, and topic he choose or the personality he choose is a cricketer, which really makes a lot of people interested in his speech. That is the choice we make. That is a very good choice. And you started with a lot of information about Rahul Dravid, how he started, what is characteristics, and the new cricketer, what is his characteristic, and it's really informative and inspirational. I was just looking for, if you see his speeches, I was looking for his Hindi language. That Hindi language he uses in everything. I was shocked he was not using that. But conclusion, it was must. That's an awesome conclusion with the Hindi language. For improvement, I think you use a lot of PPT and lot of videos which will take your time of speech. And that will distract the audience if you use a lot of PPTs in the P10. If this is the only this one, if you improve on this, it was a wonderful. Good to see your speech. Thank you.
add to that, to what has already been mentioned, I like the presentation. The few suggestions that I have for you, Aditya, would be one, you use a lot of colloquial languages for Hindi. Now, I'm a Kannada guy, I don't understand Hindi. So I wasn't able to relate or understand, comprehend and appreciate what you were saying. Maybe you want to translate that for the benefit of those who don't understand Hindi. And the second is, yes, of course, Rahul Dravid is an inspirational figure. He's taken the world by storm. He's recognized throughout the world. Now, I was more interested in how did that story inspire you? What did that motivate you? How did that motivate you? How did that story enable you to take action? To push you to do something that you haven't done before? So maybe next time try to personalize it, add your own personal flavor and embellish it with your personal thing. I wish you well. Can we have a huge round of applause for today with Sivi. Value her speech, we again had Srivatsi.
Yeah, you all might be thinking, why did I come again? Yeah, there was a small changeover. Coming to evaluation of those funded about SICASA speaker Shetty, whatever it takes was the word or the phrase which she started with. The presence on the stage of Siri Shetty was almost equivalent to a TEDx talk going on because the ambience created over here was the same way. All were maintaining the silence and the talk was going on and monotonously the presentation was live. We all could relate the presentation and the talk given by Siri Shetty. She mentioned 3 anecdotes which were completely different but had a relation to it in each and every aspect. The transition which was brought about in between those 3 anecdotes were completely correlated and we could all relate the message which she put out. And at the end of story 3, she mentioned the climax in a different way, where we could see if something in serial is coming up in the climax scene, the way the conclusion was brought up with a high tone increasing gradually to a high pitch. So that was so catchy, I could completely relate. And coming on to the point of improvement, I would say you need to have a bit more clarity on the words which you use while ending your sentence. Sometimes I feel those words are a bit swallowed, but it's not a great extent of improvement. Gradually, you will do it. But to mention a point of improvement, I'm putting up this. And the body language, I could see the major movements on the stage that could have been controlled or could have been restricted. And being beaten, inspiration, I could have seen some touch of personal incident or personal event which would have been, which you could have water over here, which would have created much more greater impact with the audience. Keeping in touch with, giving in point with all the point of improvement, starting with bit more clarity on the words, body language, and the personal touch with all the achievements from your adversity thought, I would like to challenge, do sincerely with your heart a humorous speech moving forward. Over to Chandra.
Now, coming to the speaker, Sivi, you are a very, very professional speaker. I liked how you moved around stage. I like how you use the PowerPoint presentation. I like the language, the command over the English language, your rich vocabulary. Just to take your speech a notch higher, I have 2 suggestions for you. Initially, there was a dialogue between a man and a woman. That I wish you would use for distinctive voices to make it, to demarcate the 2 characters. The second one was, like Srimati already mentioned, I felt the movements were a little unpurposeful. So the next time you do this presentation or something similar to this, I think you can move with purpose, with intent, and it will be a lot more seamless than it already was. Having said that, you are a brilliant speaker. Can we have a huge round of applause? Let me now quickly run through my general evaluation. The meeting started at around 3:45 p.m. by the Sergeant at Arms, Vishnu, who's, as always, very high on energy. He started the meeting very well. He welcomed the guests. He laid down the ground rules. I think he covered his job quite well. Can we have a huge round of applause for who then passed on the baton to the presiding officer, Sahana Lokesh. She again, in her presidential address, spoke about team building and substantiated it with the use of an anecdote. I thought it was brilliantly brought out. And she also spoke a little bit about the G7 and the significance that the acronym holds. So I think she also did a very good job in her presidential address. Can we have a huge round of applause for then the secretary, Sai, when I came, he spoke about what happened in the previous meeting. I don't know what happened in the previous meeting. So because of the narration that he had, I was able to visualize and understand what happened. So I think he did a good job. Can we have a huge round of applause? The MC of the day, I will cover it like comprehensively for the entire meeting. As we know, Divya Someshwar is known for her beautiful smile. It's inviting, it's disarming. It's inviting, it's disarming, it's welcoming. I always receive the beautiful smile whenever I've seen her, and that is a standout factor for you. Every time you come on stage, that is what is set the stage for me. Her beautiful smile, and she stitched the entire meeting together. Even when we had a few confusions, she handled with again with a beautiful smile. She put everybody at ease. She understood everybody's problem, and that is what an MC does. You understand, get into the shoes of every speaker, evaluator, every role taker. And when you have somebody like that, who even after messing up some things, will come and smile. And that puts people at ease. It puts the role takers, the organizers, the attendees at ease. And I think she is an epitome of what a master of ceremony should be. And I think we have then writing, cake cutting session along with the rendition of the flute. It all happened in congruence and it happened really well. Then there was a welcome address by Tripat sir, and then we acknowledged the efforts of the previous committee. Then Manjunath sir gave an inspiring speech. Siddesh, as usual, said rise above excuses. It was a highly motivating journey. You spoke about it. Again, it takes courage to talk about your own self in a way. It's a self-deprecating way, but in a way to inspire people. So I think it was very well done. The installation ceremony was conducted by my mentor, Distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal. So every time Siddesh kept saying Distinguished Toastmaster Ramlal was his mentor, I got very jealous. So by installation officer, and then we have the incoming presidential address by Sumitra Rajpurohit, and the releasing of the manual created by Sahana Lokesh. And I think we called for a break, and there was a long extended break. We had a break, and then we came back. We had our prepared speeches. The butterfly section was cancelled due to the paucity of time. I'd now like to take the report from the tech team. Can the timer, Shanmu, please come up on stage and give its report.
Good evening, everyone. Almost good night. The meeting started at 3:57. I say to 3 minutes 15 seconds. The president, ex-president, to 8 minutes 45 seconds. The MC 10 minutes 30 seconds. The flute and lamp lighting is about 1 minute 45 seconds. Welcome address by all the dignitaries took about 17 minutes. The inception took about 11 minutes 30 seconds. The presidential address by the new president took about 10 minutes. Cake cutting is about 4 minutes. GE took about 3 minutes 45 seconds. But still counting. Pillar counter took 20 seconds. Grammarian 1 minute. Mount took 9 minutes 10 seconds. Yeah. Individual Radhika Vishal took 3 minutes 40 seconds. And all other questions are within the time. Thanks.
So when Shanmugh was coming up on stage, you had to see his expression on his face. He was like, he has to go and conquer the world. And now I understand why it must have been so difficult for him to time every small activity that took place. So I think he wasn't present here, but present more watching his timing device because he did a very, very good job. Kathy, have a good job. Get report from our counter for Jamia.
Hi everyone, due to the constraints of time, I want to quickly sum it up in a nutshell. Well, this session has been great. With respect to the filler words, just to kind of repeat what filler words are. Filler words are words that kind of clip in the middle of our speeches. The P10s are an epitome of public speaking, as we have known, and no doubt the speakers have managed to nail it. A few two takeaways that I'd like to focus on quickly. Number one, from this session, particularly from all these speakers out there. Number one, when speakers pause, the eye contact that they made actually stood out. So the eye contact, when you actually look the audience in the eye, it kind of creates tension among the audience. It also invokes a sense of anticipation about what the speaker is going to say next. And number two, practice, practice, practice. This statement was a testimony with respect to the speeches that we have witnessed today. And it's obviously another way to get rid of fillers. Quickly diving into the specifics. Zero fillers, Aditya zero fillers, Maunesh zero fillers. And the best part about Maunesh's speech was he replaced those fillers with pauses, and that's commendable. That's the progress that we have witnessed throughout his prepared speeches. Lavit zero fillers, Aditya again zero fillers, Siri zero fillers, and Divya of course commendable zero fillers. Thank you so much everyone. Have a great evening, y'all.
What I liked about this report was he not only told us where we could potentially go wrong, but how we could avert those situations by using pauses instead of filler words. Thank you for that. And now I'd like to take the grammarian's report from Apeksha and Pan.
Okay, so the use of word, theme, and code for the day was done by Sahana, Divya, and other dignitaries on the dais. Some interesting word usages that I spotted were embellish, absolve, despondent, disillusion, and mental fortitude. Few errors that I spotted in this amazing meet were it's not give thanks, thank them. It is not said me. You can use told me. And the plural for man and woman was used as men's and women's. It's men and women. So now my favorite part, the rhetorics of figure of speech is used. A lot of them are used, but due to time constraint, I'm limiting myself to just 5. First one is rhetorical question. Rhetorical question is when you ask a thought-provoking question to the audience, which was done by Aditya when he asked a lot of why questions. Why does the balance sheet not tally? Why to not die? A lot of why to engage the audience. Chiasmus, it's a figure of speech which uses mirroring phrases in a statement. This was done by Maunesh, who used the statement, man makes mistakes and mistakes make a man. He also used a lot of subtle and not so subtle humor along with exaggeration. Onomatopoeia, which is the use of sounding words, which was done by Aditya when he said Punta Ranata and added a humor to his speech. Epigram is the use of memorable statements that stay with the audience for a really long time. This was done by Lavish, Aditya, and Siri with statements like true inspiration comes from within, and if you want to change the world, don't back down from the shark. Lastly, aposiopesis, which is when you leave your speech with like this broken sentence to leave it up to the audience to decide, which was done by Aditya when he said, here's my why to not die and what's yours, to leave it to the audience to think about it. So this was the end of my report, and I'm really sure that this meet was at the bar really high for the future meets. So looking forward to all of your speeches in the upcoming meet.
Thank you. When she said, I understood that. So with this, we come to the end of the general evaluation session. I'd like to congratulate the outgoing committee and wish the incoming committee all the very best. I hand it back over to Divya. Thank you.
evaluation, Sonal ma'am. Thank you so much. Please can you be on the stage? We have a small token of gratitude for you for the amazing evaluation that you've done in a span of, let's say, around 17 minutes. She really is the time game. Kudos to Sonal. I request someone and give Sonal ma'am a token of gratitude. I definitely love the fact that we have dignitaries to come who, given their presence to the conduct of this meeting. Definitely, I'd really like to ask the chairman, but sir, please come on board. We definitely want to give you the token of gratitude as well. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time. Make sure that this meeting happens in a definite smooth flow.
Yeah.
I'd now like to thank the chief guest, CSK sir. Brilliant speech, and thank you so much for being here. Being our whatever speech, it's definitely, I consider Ramla sir to be an amazing mentor. I've always looked upon him to be his one person. Thank you so much, Ramla.
Oh, thank you.
I also like to acknowledge the presence of Karthik sir. Although you like to acknowledge
Faculty.
Thank you.
Faculty of the institute.
yes, faculty, and he's the qualified company secretary.
Yes, sir.
I attended the Toastmaster meet when you were there. And
Still have.
Permanent president.
I definitely like to call you to the dais, and we have a talk to the dais.
Thank you. And I was earlier not there over here. I had to run back home and come here again.
Good.
That's how lovely it is to be here on stage.
Yes, you get it.
SICASA's biggest forum. And thanks to all my mentors present over here. Sudesh, Ramlal sir, Mohan sir, and Sonal is also a good friend of ours. And really like to congratulate the old committee members who are there. They have set a high bar for the and Sahana, I've heard Sahana, and she has been an amazing speaker. I think we have drilled some more of amazing stories and also amazing inputs to her in the speech club session that we have conducted. And it's been an amazing journey for them. And I hope it will be an amazing journey for the upcoming committee as well. All the best to you. Thank you.
I definitely also thank you. I definitely also like to thank Manjunath sir's presence here at the meet. Thank you so much. Please and calling guys. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us and being there to grace the ceremony. Thank you so much.
Patiently.
Mohan sir was part of my orientation. Although it was online, I definitely like it to be offline as well. But still, I was part of the online orientation course that we have taken up. Thank you so much. I know that you've been part of the general evaluation sessions for us. Thank you so much for being with the G to support us all through. I really call you for your right now.
I have to say a few words. So when you attend any speaker forum that matter, so what you are going to gain, that is the confidence. So when you going to gain the confidence, what is the benefit you are going to get? Especially for the student, they study for the exam for maybe 1 year or 2 years. After studying so long time, when you get into the hall, most importantly, you need the confidence. So when you have the confidence, definitely you can write in a better way for the exam and you can clear the exam. That is why confidence and passing the examination goes hand in hand. That is why I request each and every student. I used to mention every orientation and every MCS student to attend the speaker forum. I can be a marketing person to the speaker forum.
Thank you so much. Being part of the marketing things, but still, the students are the witness to this. There are so many people here. Thank you so much for doing that. I know we all being told about SSF. Please come and join the forum, join the sessions. It happens on Sundays, so you have plenty of time to come be a part of it. And also, I'd like to thank Rachel sir. He's the member of the Bangalore branch of ICAC. I definitely like to call him on the dais and thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much. Now, so basically, how do we decide who's the winner of the amazing prepared speeches as well as the role players who have taken? So basically, we have one voting session for that. I request all of you to review your forms. Go on to slido.com, which is SLIDO. Just type in Slido. For more reference, look at the meet that Lavish sent you. Are you all there? Yes? Yes, so I hope that all of you are talking to Slido. Type in code, I'm just sending you a code, which is 3699870. I'll repeat, 3699870. So all of you, please do the round robin. We're just waiting for, let's say, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Please try to make it quick.
My vote is for all 5.
3699. Wait, it's tendency what? Yeah. Yes.
What is the code? 369987.
Yeah, are you all done with voting? 369987. 369987. Are you all done voting? Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up for all of us who are done with voting. Yeah. We all done? Okay. I wait for a minute. Are you all done? Okay, the next one will also be the individual evaluators. Okay, the role players up next. Please give your votes for the role players. Give a thumbs up if you're done with voting, please. All right. Fast. Keep that going. Yeah. Okay. All done. All right. So role players are done. So we'll announce the winners shortly. While we do that, so all of those speakers who have completed their weekend, which means 10 projects are done. They've already completed this. They're going to be getting token gratitude as well as some mementos that the current committee members have planned for. I definitely would like to call our chief guest, Dave sir. Please come on the dais. We will give him the 10 speakers there award for completing 10 projects.
Give them certificates. Give them certificates. Next time. It's a milestone. Then project.
I'd like to call all the 10 speakers of today. Aditya Mandot, please come on to the stage. Manish Kumar, Lavish Singhvi, Siri Shetty, our collaborators. Congratulations for 10 projects. And so, Thank you. Thank you so much, Siri.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Yes, right around the photo streets.
Banana. Please come.
The most handsome man.
Oh. The beautiful man Ma'am, please.
Please, open the chat value.
But can you get all of us? That's B5 I'm standing next to the answer.
Yeah. So, Monish. Divya, you could also join actually. Divya, you can also join.
How can we do without food?
Yeah, how can you do without Sahana? I'm so sorry.
How can we do without Mitra?
Not Sumitra, right? Mando, please not.
Want us to come in front?
Oh, am I ready to be now?
We wanted Sumitra to come.
Done, sir. Done.
Thank you for that. So, ma'am, I really didn't want you to get off the stage. I know you like to stand, but still, very soon. All right, so who are the winners of the amazing speech session that we gave in the role players? Role players with Divya. All right, so best prepared speaker, any guesses? Mr. Marvin.
Not giving him prize would have been a mistake.
Explain one thing. 2 months back when I went, I had a bet with Sri that I'm going to win on that.
This is a mistake.
This is match fixing.
Yes, correct.
Congratulations, Manish. All right, so the next role that we have is individual evaluators. Who are best individual evaluators? Yes, it is Srivastava Jiya.
Now, which one?
Which one? We have to move.
Which one?
I can go here.
Yeah, best role player.
Okay, so the best role player goes to
Divya.
All right. Thank you so much for voting, everybody. What a meeting this has been, definitely.
Yes, committee member.
We are voting for that?
They had a
Yeah.
between the committee they had a
Okay, so this is a surprise to me as well. I thought I'm the captain of the ship. Turns out that I do not know what's happening, but yes. So we have the best committee member award, and that goes to Sumitra.
Yes, anybody speaking? Is the current president helping you to stop?
Okay, so the award also goes to one person who shared my name, and I just took the bet. Yeah.
Very committed, very committed.
Yes, committee.
Two committed members.
Committed.
Thank you so much, that Ramnath sir, as well as Vikran. Now we come to the closing, but I really don't want to do this closing. Okay, it's almost going to be 8 o'clock, but it's okay. Currently, we're going to be having just the closing remarks from the new president, because definitely she is going to be concluding the next coming days. She's also going to be the person to start the next coming. So I request all of you to give a big round of applause to Suprita.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vidya. Oh, I would like to, okay, this is my first closing remarks, so yeah, I'm missing Sahana over here. Thank you so much for coming here and making this meet a successful one. And I also request all of you to continue coming to SSF, because you will see improvements in yourself one fine day. As I had told one of my speech that if you don't see the change is happening, doesn't mean the change is not happening. Change happens, but it takes time. So it's amazing. It'd be amazing for you to keep continuing and keep coming here on every Sunday. And also thank you to Ramnath sir, Mohan sir, Sonal ma'am, Manjunath sir, Pramod sir, chief guest, Siddesh sir, and she wants me to tell her name. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Radio sir. And thank you, Sahana, once again. And yeah, that's it for the day. I know you all are getting late. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming.